If you're ready to laugh, folks, we're going to talk about an opportunity for lots of laughter coming up at the Comedy Depot in Macomb down there on State Street. And we're happy to have Rhonda Dunaway and Skip Guidry in the house to talk to us about an event they got coming up in just a few days. Down in Macomb. Skip, thanks for coming in.
Well, thank you for having me. Hey, I love your voice. Will you do my voicemail?
Well, let me tell you, the strangest thing. I had surgery about 3 weeks ago on my shoulder, and I don't know if it was the tube they put down my throat during the surgery or what, but my voice has been totally changed since I've got this horse and it just won't go away.
Well, it's just sexy.
It's a struggle to talk. I know that. I've never had surgery before. That was my first ever time to have surgery, and I don't know if that thing irritated vocal cords or what, but it's really been a weird
Don't
deal.
fix it. It's just wonderful. No, I'm loving it. Now, this weekend is the Comedy Depot, Macomb, Mississippi. We are part of the Pike County Little Theater. And a couple of years ago, well, actually just under 2 years ago, I'm a stand-up comedian, and one of the board members of the Pike County Little Theater saw one of our shows and said, "Hey, could you put on a show at the Little Theater?" Sure. We grabbed some local comics, we put it together, and it was a huge success. Raised money for the theater, and also everybody had a lot of fun. So we've been doing it every 2 months since. We bring in national headliners who love Macomb, by the way. Just a side note. The comedians that we bring in tell us we treat them better than Harrah's does, than the Funny Bone or the Improv does, because we care. Southern hospitality is really wonderful, and they don't get that when they're on the road. So we put them up, take care of them, and they come and bring a great show. This weekend, I can't use terms or words strong enough to tell you to be there. The two comedians performing this weekend, this may be the best show you will ever see in your life. I don't say this, just to be flip or to be silly. Both of these guys are tremendous headliners. Ron Ramey, who is the star of our show, was the co-head writer of the Drew Carey Show for 6 years and won 3 Emmy Awards for it. He's been on Johnny Carson, Jay Leno, Showtime, HBO, BET, Comedy Central. He developed 2 shows for UPN. He is the real deal. He's a $100 ticket in Vegas. And he's here in Macomb basically for dry cleaning money. I mean, I don't know why he's here. I don't have any pictures he doesn't want on the internet or anything, but the guy is coming down to do this show because he likes us, because he likes Macomb and he's had a good time there. He's wonderful. Carrie B, who's what's known as a feature act, he is actually a headliner, was the Showtime at the Apollo host for a while in New York, traveled all over the world. Recently, Carrie B made Louis Farrakhan do a spit take. It was so funny. If you can imagine, the head of the Nation of Islam laughing so hard water comes out his nose. That's who this guy is, right? Carrie B has agreed to feature because he's got family in the area. And I didn't have a headliner spot for him until next year. He said, well, I'll come down and do the undercard. A humble and wonderful guy. These two guys individually would be worth a drive. But together, it's just silly. So when I say to you, you will have more fun at this show than you've ever had live in your life, or I will buy your ticket back. Absolutely guaranteed. I'm going to the ATM, I've got cash in my pocket. I will buy your ticket back if you come to the show and you don't laugh till you cry. People last time we had Ron down, asked him to stop so they could catch their breath. This is the funniest show you will ever see. If you don't come, you will regret this. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon. The rest of your life. Absolutely. So is that superlative enough? If I laid my case, be there. What's wrong with you people?
I do find it incredible that you all are able to book these people in Macomb when they can't get them in Jackson or cities that size.
There is no comedy club in Jackson. There is no comedy club in the state of Mississippi. You'll get big acts that come in and sell the arena or something. You'll get a big touring comedian to come in. But as far as regular, weekly, national headliner coming through, some guy coming up before they have those big HBO shows, the people you see on the rise, you don't get that without a full-time comedy club. And there isn't one in the whole state. We are probably the closest thing to a permanent comedy club with our 6 shows a year. So it's a neat thing. I'd love to see live professional comedy explode again. And so I get into Mississippi. There used to be a Rascals, I think, which is a chain comedy club in Jackson, and they closed.
Yeah.
So the promotion economy, whatever it is, I think people need to laugh more when the belts tighten rather than less. I think, and we're doing tickets in advance for $10. You can't beat that with a stick. I mean, that's a movie ticket. Live comedy, a small venue, about 105 seats. So you're going to be very close, and nobody's smashing watermelons. Nobody's going to get hurt. But it's fun. It's fun and tremendously fun. Now, I do want to caution you. It's not a dirty show, but it's rated R. It's an adults-only show, and we've referred to as adult, not dirty. So it's not one of those late night. It's not like that. It's not a smoky club. There's no smoking. But we do have a bar. And I'll tell you something interesting about Mississippi. If you are a nonprofit organization in the state of Mississippi, for $35, you can buy a liquor license for the day. That just kills me. $35, you become a bar for the day. So for $70, we become a bar for the weekend. And so we do serve, have a full bar, volunteer staff, waiting tables, and it's a great night. It's a great night. Come have a couple of drinks. You don't have to, but it certainly helps. Have a couple of cocktails, sit back and laugh till you cry. 2 shows, 8 and 10, Friday and Saturday, Macomb Comedy Depot. Now, tickets are available on the web as well. $15 at the door. In advance through the web, it's a little more, but you can go to my website, skipguidry.com. That's skipguidry.com. We don't have it set up at the Pike County Little Theater site yet. And don't be afraid that my website says adult content. I put that on there so my children wouldn't get on it and see all the bad things I say about my ex-wife. So that would just be wrong. So you click on that and say, okay, I'll look at adult content. It's not really. It's just, their mother's crazy. But I digress. So you go there and there's a button that says buy tickets. And it's just tickets for this show, the Ron Ramey, Carrie B show in Macomb. Did you leave your phone on?
I left my phone.
Oh, man. Rookie mistake, I tell you. Anyway, so go there to the website. You can click on it. You can buy tickets with a credit card. And you can print your tickets out for all 4 shows. There's still tickets available. We're close to selling out the late night show Saturday, which is the most fun show sometimes. Not always, but most fun. Friday night late's fun too. The early shows tend to be, they're kind of building steam. So if you're a little concerned about content, I would go early rather than late. But we've never had anyone complain. Never had anyone complain, oh, that was hard. No, it's quite the contrary. My grandmother came to one of the shows, was laughing and quoting one of the more bawdy jokes. And Nanny? Really? Nanny? You're going to go there? Evidently, everybody likes to laugh. So, I say again, guaranteed fun, or I will buy your ticket back personally.